going to be making up bread and butter pudding today. Now, bread and butter pudding is a great dish to make when you've got some old bread, 2 or 3 days old, don't know what to do with it because you bought a new loaf, make bread and butter pudding. Now, the other good thing is it's so simple to do and it tastes scrummy. So what I'm going to do first of all is go through the ingredients and then we're going to make it up and try some. So just to go through the ingredients, now I've got my bread, I've got 10 slices of bread, but this is a fairly smallish loaf. So if you've got a bigger loaf, you might need less bread, 7 or 8 slices. I'm going to leave the crusts on, probably cut them in half, but also we're going to butter them. So I'm going to put some butter on one side and some marmalade, orange marmalade, and that will just make the bread really delicious to start with. Then we're going to pour over a sort of custardy mixture that soaks into the bread and it all sets and it's absolutely delicious. Now to make that, we're going to use 275 millilitres of milk, so that's roughly about half a pint of milk, and then 60 millilitres of double cream, 3 eggs. Then I've got the zest of a lemon, so I've got my little zesting tool. You just sort of scrape it back and that will just add a lovely flavour. I've only zested about half the lemon, so don't overdo it. 50 grams of caster sugar, and then I've got 50 grams of currants. So I've got a bag of currants there, 50 grams. Also, a little bit of nutmeg. Now, with the nutmeg, if you've got a whole nut and you can sort of grate it, it's much nicer than the sort of powdery one you buy. But a little bit of nutmeg just sets it all off at the end. So there's all the ingredients. What we're going to do first of all is to get the bread and we're going to butter it and put some marmalade on there. So I've got the bread all laid out on the chopping board. Now what I'm going to do is just butter it really. So just sort of gently, just put a thin wipe on the bread. You don't have to put too much. That's it, just try and get it right up to the edges as well. So put the butter on each of those, and then after that we can put the marmalade on. Now with your marmalade, just put some splodges on each one. And then we just spread it out with the knife. See, I'm just doing the last one there. You notice this marmalade's got like the lumps in it, so that'll be nice when you get a bit of that. Delish. So there we go, I've got those all buttered and marmaladed. Now what I'm going to do is cut them in half. Now you can either cut them sort of that way or you can go in triangles, however you want to do it. I think I'm going to cut mine in triangles. I'm just going to give it a gentle cut across there. Little triangles. I won't cut them anymore, but I'll do that with all the rest. So now we've got the bread, it's been cut in half, we've got the butter and the marmalade on there. So that's ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring myself a little sort of baking dish and we're going to put a little bit of butter around the bottom and the sides of the baking dish, and then we're going to start layering it with the bread. Now then we're going to start putting a bottom layer. Now for the bottom layer, I think I'm going to use some of these ones here. That's it. So I'll probably put about 4 of those at the bottom. Now what we're now going to do is to put some of these currants on there. I mean obviously you can do that sort of stuff to taste. So you get a nice layer at the bottom there. So I've still got some of those left. And then we can really just start laying these out. So you've got to think how they're going to fit. If we start with the first one there. That's it, it's just about working out. Lovely jubbly. So there you go, there's my one. That was really simple to do. Now I'm also going to put some more of those currants on top. I think that'll do us. I've got a few left, but that's it. So I think that looks really nice already. Now obviously we've got to make up this sort of custardy mixture, so let's move that aside and bring a bowl. Now rather than using a bowl for mixing up, I thought I might as well use this measuring jug, because then all you can do is just put the ingredients in here. So I'm going to put 265 ml of milk. That's out of that. So there's 250 and it's just above that. So that'll do with the milk. I've also got the cream. I'm going to use 60 millilitres of the cream as well. That's it. That's it. I mean, it's, you know, if it's not exact, that's fine, but that's roughly anyway. So there's the mixture there. Now what I'm going to do next of all is to put in the caster sugar. So just pop that in. And we've got the lemon zest. The other thing I'm going to need is the eggs. Now with the eggs, I'm going to whisk those separately just to break them up, and then we can just add it into the mixture. So let's just get a bowl. And then I'm just going to give that a bit of a whisk with this balloon whisk. There you go, all whisked up. And what I'm going to do is move that bowl out of the way, bring that jug back. Now we can give that a quick stir, just to start with. And then really just pour in the eggs. There you go. Just give that the final stir. And that's ready to go. That is so simple to do. Now let's bring our bread and butter pudding back again. Just get that in view. Oh yeah, looks good. Now I'm just going to pour this over the top. Ooh, try not to make a mess. Oh yeah. Now a little bit of nutmeg. So let's just put just a little bit on the top. Lovely. And really, we're ready to go. That is ready to be baked up in the oven, and when that comes out, that is going to be delicious. Now the oven's just come up to temperature, so I'm putting it into a preheated oven, 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit, gas mark 4. And as I say, you want to cook this for about 30 to 40 minutes. So we'll have a look in about 30 minutes and, you know, give it a few more minutes if we need to. So I've got the bread and butter pudding and it's been cooking for 30 minutes. Now, I'm just going to have a little peek. So let's open the door up. Just pull it out a little bit so you can see it. Let me just have a look. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. Look at that. Golden brown colour, smelling wonderful, and that's all set. So let's pull it out and serve it up. So I've just taken the bread and butter pudding out of the oven and I'm going to get stuck into some of this. So let's have a little scoop. The bit I really want is there actually, so I'm kind of going to go for that one, see if we can work our way in. Oh, it's nice at the bottom. Oh, I can feel it's going to be really delicious. Oh yeah, let's get that scoop out of there. Oh look. What you can do with that sort of mixture is just make sure you've got your share, if you like, and we can tuck that underneath because that is really yummy. So let's just have a look, see what we got. So I'm just going to try some of that. Let's get stuck in this corner here, look at that. Oh yeah, let's just try that. It's lovely because you've got crunchiness to the toast, and you've got the currants and the kind of squashing and popping in your mouth. You've got that lovely flavour that's holding it all together, that sort of eggy custardy mixture. Oh, that is really nice. I'm just going to go in for another one because it's so good, and I've got to try a bit more. Try that. They're so comforting, really nice, and if you want a really nice pudding, making it from old bread, you know, bread that's a few days old, you can make something really delicious, and this is it. So go and make yourself this bread and butter pudding. Oh, and that marmalade. So good. Oh, there's a bit of crunchy stuff. Just before I go, I think this will be delicious. A little bit of ice cream, or maybe you could have custard or cream, or just on its own, because it's so nice on its own. But I'm going to have that little bit of ice cream with it, because there's going to be warm sort of bread and butter pudding, the cold ice cream, lovely. Now I've just served mine up, a little bit of vanilla ice cream, so I'm going to get stuck into that. So thanks for watching my videos, and obviously I hope you enjoy it when you make it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and enjoy. See you again soon. The original Naked Chef. That is delicious with the ice cream. Delicious.